Hey guys, it's Amy. Welcome back to Too Blessed. In today's video, I wanted to share with you some of the fabric garlands that I've been working on for Christmas. I'm going to show you the two main ones that I'm making, and a little bit of how I did it and all of that, like the different fabrics I used and everything. So stay tuned and I will share that with you. All right, so this is the first garland that I'm starting to work on. I'm not sure if I'm going to do these on separate videos or if I'll end up just showing you all of the garlands when I get done. But anyway, this one that I'm starting on is going to be for my dining room. Now, in my dining room, I do very traditional Christmas colors. I do red and green. Basically, that's about it. You know, some white, of course. But I do a lot of red and green in my dining room. So, this garland I'm going to do on a string of clear Christmas lights. They are on green wire, but that's not going to make much difference because I'm using a lot of green anyway. So, you know, it's going to blend right in. I think it said the length on this is about 21.5 feet as far as the length of the lights. So it's going to be about twice as long as the one that I did for fall that I showed in my other video. So I hope I have enough fabric. I think I do. What I'm starting with, the main fabric that I'm using is this one. I've had this for years. I honestly could not tell you where I bought it. It may have been Hobby Lobby. It may have been somewhere else. I really can't say. But it's basically got all of these candy canes, ribbon candy, peppermints, little hearts that look like peppermints. And I don't know if it's going to show up on camera, but it's very glittery. But the glitter is in the fabric. It's not, you know, like the kind of glitter that's going to fall off or anything like that. But it's gorgeous. Glittery, dark green. So, like I said, this fabric I already had. I've used it for different things over the years. I mean, none of the edges are finished or anything, but I would take it and use it as like table runners and things like that, various things. So, I have some more of this fabric left that I can do other things with. And so I wanted to take this piece and use it for my garland. So that's going to be the basis. And then I selected a couple of other ones to go with it. And these are the little fat quarters that you get at Walmart. So I picked up these red polka dot ones. I got 2. Then I went with just a solid green. I got 2 of that also. It is just a hair lighter than the background of this fabric, but I think it's going to work pretty well. And then the final one I got is this quatrefoil design that's red and white. I also got 2 of these. So I've got 6 of the fat quarters, and then I couldn't even tell you how much. I mean, this is folded over. This is folded over like 4 times, and it's a pretty good size piece. And I hope this piece is going to be enough, but I actually do have more. So if I find that I'm going to need more, I can add some more of this candy fabric, but I think this is going to be a good amount for the length of the garland that I want to make. So then I'm just going to show you real quick. These fat quarter pieces are 18 by 21 inches. So what I do is I take the shorter side, there's like fuzzies all over here, the shorter side, which is the 18 inches, and I fold that into thirds, and that's going to give me 3 6-inch wide pieces. I do my strips 6 inches wide. I've seen a lot of, you know, before I made my first fabric garland, I went through and watched several YouTube videos of different people making theirs to get different ideas. One person did theirs 8 inches. Some people did theirs even longer than that. But I really liked the way it looked with the 6-inch pieces because I think it kept it short enough that they kind of stick out away from your center nicely, and they make the garland look really fluffy. If you do your strips much longer, instead of like poking out and being fluffy, they're going to kind of hang and droop. So I really like the 6-inch length for the strips. So I haven't cut this yet, but I take my piece and I cut it into 3 strips that are 6 inches wide. And then from there, I can just take, I did get a rotary cutter now. I didn't have one before, but I picked one up. And then I'm just going to cut 1-inch strips from that. So each of these fat quarters is going to give me approximately 60 strips. So just from my fat quarters, I'm going to have 60 times 6, which is going to be about 360 strips. And then I'll also have, I'll probably go ahead and cut like about 120 from my candy fabric and kind of have the same amount and then see what that looks like. And then if I need to, I'll add more of the candy because I want that to be the design that really stands out. So I'm going to get started. I will check back in with you when I've got some progress made. In case you haven't seen my previous video where I didn't show the whole process, but I showed just a little bit. I'm just going to show you real quickly how I'm doing this. Oops. I've got double fabric strips here. So right now I am putting one of the strips that has the candy on it. So you just wrap it around, you know, just put the light wire inside there, and you're just going to tie a simple little single knot. That's it. And then you can slide it down the wire to kind of squish it down in place. If you get going really fast, I find that I can just do a few and then kind of scrunch them all down at the same time. But you don't have to, of course. What I'm finding is that in this space, so I'm doing each little section here, between 2 lights. And what I'm finding is that between 2 lights, I'm putting about 8 strips of fabric. You could probably do less than that. Like, I think you could probably get away with 6, but I really wanted it to be full and for the strips not to move around once I get them in place. So I'm just going to continue tying these on, and I will check back in when I get a little more progress done and show you how it's looking. All right, here is the first garland. It's all finished. I was going to show you here at the end, I was getting low on fabric strips. So what I ended up doing is I took the end of the lights and I actually doubled them over. So here's the plug end. So that's how much I had to double it over. And then just do the strips here. Because I didn't want to leave just an end of lights that didn't have fabric on it. And I didn't want to have to go buy more fabric either. So, it was only, 6 or 8 inches at the end. But here's the whole thing. So it's a whole string of 100 lights. I think it's, trying to remember how long it said it was. Hold on, I'm grabbing the box here. 21.5 feet. So it's probably more like 20 feet since I doubled over that bit at the end. But I am getting ready now. This one is going to go in my dining room because it's got the traditional Christmas colors, the red, the green, and the main fabric was that one with the candy all over it. So I'm getting ready right now to start my second one, which is going to be for my kitchen. And it's going to be some lighter colors. This is the main fabric that I'm using. This one with gingerbread houses, and then that's like the bottom. The main portion of the fabric is just white. with these peppermints on it. And what I decided to do is pull out the lighter greens and pinks for the kitchen. So I got a solid green. The green is a little bit different, but I don't think it'll be very noticeable when it's all put together. And then I got a pink chevron design to I was trying to kind of mimic the stripes here. Then I got a green little small polka dots, and I got a pink one with big polka dots. So I think that's going to be really cute. I'm really excited. I'm going to get started cutting the fabric for this one, and then I'll show you some progress along the way. Plugged in so you can kind of see. So it's got the pink and the green, but you can, every once in a while, you can see the little touches of the peppermint and little, you know, little just tiny elements of the gingerbread houses. And I just love it. So this one, I did the entire string of lights, which they said the whole string was like 21.5 feet. So you can see here's the other plug end. I just kind of like tucked that back in here at the end, so hopefully it won't be too noticeable when I hang that. And then there's the other end going all the way down to the plug. So I am so happy with how these garlands are turning out. And honestly, this one here, I mean, it sounds like a lot to say that I did a 20-foot fabric garland. It literally probably took me about 2 hours total, and not including the time to cut the fabric. So I had the fabric cut into strips, but the time actually just tying the pieces on there, probably about 2 hours, and really that's not bad. I didn't do it all in one straight shot, but over the course of 2 days, I just did a little bit here and a little bit there, and it was done. So I just wanted to show you also, I've got a few of the fabric strips left. I do actually have some more of this fabric with the gingerbread houses and candy, but I'm actually saving that for another project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take just the pink and green strips that I have left, and I'm going to do a little short garland just on some of the twine. It won't have the lights, but it's going to hang, I will hang that on my kitchen window because I've just got one tiny little kitchen window. So I'm going to do that real quick and I'll show you what that looks like. Okay guys, so here is my finished garland that I made with just the leftover pieces of fabric that I had. So you can see it's not very long, but my kitchen window is not very big, so it should work. And what I do is at Christmas time, I change out my regular curtain on my kitchen window for, in the past I've used just a piece of this fabric. I think what I'm going to do this year is actually go ahead and sew this up as like an actual curtain. So this will be on the window, and then this garland will just go across the top. You know, and that it's probably about as long as the width of the window. So I think that's going to look really cute. I'm really excited. So that's all I've got for this video. I just wanted to show you the fabric garlands that I've been working on. I've got some more fabric garlands that I'm going to be making that are going to be a little bit different. So I will be showing those in an upcoming video. If you're new here, I would love to have you subscribe. There will be more fun Christmas videos coming soon. And thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one.